everyone. I hope you're doing well, doing awesome. I hope that you've been getting some stuff done, some painting, some plein air stuff, drawing your kids, drawing your husband, drawing people while they're sleeping, being really annoying. Anyways, yes, I hope you've been doing all those things. I know that I have not been painting or drawing very much. It's very sad. Just like a few days ago, I had enough of not painting, not drawing, and I sat down at my painting and I worked from 3 in the afternoon until 4 in the morning. So that kind of shows how starved I was for it. The reason, though, that I have not been working on my art is because I am moving. I am moving in less than a month to Northern Africa. So from Canada to Northern Africa. It's like 8 hours difference in the time zone. So it's far, it's very far. And there are lots of things that I need to accomplish before I go. So applying for my visa and buying clothes because I need a whole different wardrobe. Nothing that I have in Canada will do for Africa. So it's going to be much hotter there is what I mean. So yes, I've got lots of stuff to do, but I want to show you something that I worked on about a month ago. I filmed the whole thing, and it is a commission drawing, which commission drawing I have never actually done before. I have done commission paintings before, I have done art, but I have not done an actual finished, shaded, proper drawing. So it was a little bit of a different thing for me, but I had a lot of fun, and I found that it's okay if you've got lots of drawing skills, then you can complete a finished drawing for someone. I hope that you enjoy watching me kind of, just do something that I was actually really comfortable with. So here you go. Have fun. I didn't show my whole process. I first started with that sketchbook that you saw in the intro. I drew some really small thumbnail drawings, so just probably 2 inches by 3 inches or something like that, and just got a feel of what composition I wanted. So starting with those, I just drew them in pen because that was fast and it's not a permanent thing. You don't have to show anyone if you do preliminary sketches. I show you guys just because I think you might be interested in seeing, but yeah, those are just private, so no worries. No worries how they turn out. So I started with those and then did a larger drawing that was pencil and just got my measurements down. I like to just measure according to where a person's eyes are. So for instance, if your eyes are a certain amount apart, then maybe your nose will come to that, from your chin to your nose will be that same distance. So you can see me doing some measuring sometimes in this drawing. And then what I did with that first drawing is I transferred it over to paper, good paper. Now, unfortunately, I drove for quite a while because I'm living in a small town for the summer. I drove to get some extra art supplies. So I got some good pencils, some pencils that I didn't really have because, like I said, I don't do a lot of drawing commissions. I usually just use drawing in my sketchbooks, and no one sees those in the end. So I went to go get some good pencils and a good eraser, a kneaded eraser, and I got some drawing paper. Now, it said that it was for charcoal and for graphite drawings, and this is a graphite drawing, so I thought, oh, this will be perfect. It's nice and thick. It'll be nice and durable, so I got it. And it wasn't super expensive. It was maybe $10 for the whole thing. But I brought it home, I started working, and oh my gosh, it did not work very well. I couldn't erase anything, which was weird. The tooth was just so thick that I couldn't really erase properly. And I couldn't get a light shade. It was just so dark every time I put something on. So I ended up not using that. I switched over to just some cheaper thin paper, and that's what I'm using in this video right now. So yeah, this is working a lot better. I can erase and I can just not be so worried about making those mistakes, and I can get more detail too. So that's my little story there. So now I'm working on I go from light to dark when I'm doing a drawing. So here I'm just getting all of those details in. I had transferred it over to this paper, so I didn't have to do a ton of erasing. I just really lightly transferred it over. That was the other thing. I used graphite paper, is that what it's called when you like transfer paper? And the other one. And when I did that, it just like the graphite was so strong that it also wouldn't erase. So this time I just used a just like vellum kind of paper, like see-through tracing paper, and I traced my whole drawing, and then I turned it over and I did the whole thing again, and then flipped it back to the right side and then put it on my nice paper and went over top of it with a nice sharp pencil. So that worked really nicely. I could do it quite lightly, and then like you probably can't even see the first layer of drawing that I did, because I wanted to do it so lightly that I could erase if I wanted to. And there are some places, like if the light is hitting the face on a certain side, you don't really want a huge outline unless you're trying to do like a more cartoon style. But in real life, you don't really have that outline. So that's the other thing. I wanted to be able to erase that if I wanted to. So here it's just, I really did go over the whole face with shading. I did erase out some of those places where the highlights were hitting. But a lot of people will do, I did a lot when I was younger, just a face that's completely white, like the white of the paper, and then you just do the eyes and the nose and the hair and stuff. But that's not really realistic. If you look at your own skin, it's not pure white. I do have a sister who, her skin is super, super white. She has red hair, so she almost looks see-through. That's kind of what we would joke at when we were, when she was growing up. Not very nice, I guess, but anyways, she's very proud of her really light skin. So, yeah, if you're even drawing, if I'm drawing her, she still has some pigment in there, so I'm going to add some shading. And when you're out, in lighting, you'll have a side of your face that is darker and a side that's lighter. Unless you're you've got a flash with your camera, and then it's just, that's not really what you're seeing. So I'm trying to go more realistic. Even in this one, part of his face is closer to the camera, so it's larger than the other side of the face. And I don't, I tried to do a tiny bit of that because I wanted to catch reality, but I tried to minimize it too, so that it wouldn't look like a caricature where the nose is huge or the one eye that's looking at you is huge, and I don't think that that's super realistic. It's a bit of camera distortion. So I'm going to add glasses to this guy, and when you see me add the glasses, the one side is slightly bigger, but I didn't measure it perfect to the picture because I knew that there would be some distortion there. Alright, so I did start with the skin color and then move on to the darker hair and stuff because, again, I wanted to work from light to dark. If you just put dark on right away, it's hard to get it out completely, or even to lighten it as much as you might want to in the future. So I would recommend going from light to dark as well. So I started with the shadows on the face, and then went over the whole face, like I said, with that pencil. And this is an HB pencil. It's really quite light. And the nice thing about this paper is if I press really lightly, then it also goes on super light. But I can also press kind of dark, and it goes on a bit darker, as you can see for the eyebrows and stuff. So yeah, starting with that skin color, and then then moving on to the darker areas. And I did have a just a little drawing painting sheet or whatever I don't know what you call those things, under my hand so that I wouldn't get any pigment on the paper where I didn't want it. So you can use a piece of paper too to do that. It's fine. And I'm going to leave the background completely white because I just think it'll help. Like I said, I don't do a lot of drawing commissions, so I thought it might help for just the continuity of it, so that you wouldn't be distracted by a background when you look at it. I want it to really pop out. Alright, now you've probably heard this before, but when you're drawing hair, you don't have to go in and draw each individual hair. You just think of the shapes that the hair makes. So he's got certain spots that are lighter, certain like chunks that are darker. So I just kind of thought about that. And then I would do like a few individual hairs on his forehead to just bring it that extra detail. But I didn't want to like, draw every hair. I don't think that would look very good, and you'd get kind of lost partway through. So he has a little tuft coming out of his head because, and this commission's for his mom. And she wanted him to be clean shaven, really neat. And I'm like, oh, that'll be kind of cute to have that in there. So commissions can be kind of stressful, kind of annoying, because you've got to make it really what the person that is commissioning you is thinking about. So I've had a few commissions where people they have this certain idea and it's very specific and they want you to capture it. And so I've been learning with that. It can be tricky. It can be feel like it's not working out partway through or whatever. I would suggest that you don't contact the person, like your client, a ton and keep giving them pictures and give them updates and stuff. Do it a little bit, but I didn't send any pictures to this lady partway through because I know that she is not an artist and she won't know that it's it's half done, right? She might say, oh, it's not dark enough, or you don't have his glasses in, or things like that. But you're the artist. You're able to just let this person trust you a bit, talk with them a bunch at the beginning, get their ideas, get what they want from you. And Daphne, go lay down. And yeah, just try to come to a product that they're happy with and that you're happy with as well. And also for pricing for a commission, don't price it too cheap that you don't feel like it's worth it. Right? So you're partway through and you're like, oh, this is taking way too long. I'll just finish up now. You're not going to do your best work if you price it with a price that you're not happy with. So think about what you will be happy with if it takes a lot longer than you think it will. And also give yourself enough to pay for the supplies, but then also to pay for your time. And if a person who's commissioning you, if they are just not liking what you're doing at all, you have the freedom to say, okay, I don't think I'm actually the right person for this commission, and you can pass that on to someone else. I think that is better than trying to struggle through it and dreading it and feeling like you're not getting paid enough and having them not even be that happy in the end. I think it's going to save you some grief. All right, so coming into the last few details, it's just the entire time analyzing what you're doing. That's what drawing is. It's just thinking about what's working, thinking about what you need to change, what you need to adjust, what will make it look better, and just pushing yourself to do a good job, do as good as you can. And someone said that art is just a constant decision-making thing. You're just making a decision every second. And I agree. I don't remember who said that. I'm sorry. But it's true. It's just a ton of decision-making. And so sometimes I'll watch it like this and I'll be like, I wonder why I changed that, or I wonder why I changed this. But I remember in the time, it's just saying, oh, that looks slightly off. That needs to change. That needs to be darker. That needs to be lighter, or whatever. Now, standing back from your work is important as well. I didn't for this drawing a whole lot, but I know I did a few times. Just stand back, analyze it, see if you need to adjust anything, see if there are any major discrepancies. Even his nostrils were kind of wonky for a bit, so I kind of changed those near the end. So that's another reason why you want to do light drawing first, so that you can get a picture of what it's going to be, and then in the end be able to see it develop, and you don't have to worry about the placement because you already have a drawing. And I've got another drawing of him just in the bottom right hand corner, and it's a smaller drawing. This is what the lady wanted. She was like, it was funny because she said, I want a drawing of Matthew, and one of them to be head on and one of them to be more of a side profile. And in my head I'm just thinking, that's a prison shot. How can I make this a bit more artistic than that? So again, it's just working with the client, and I gave her a few, I think I gave her a few preliminary drawings, or I at least told her my idea of drawing him with his guitar and then drawing him more head on, and she liked it. And she was graceful. She said, you can use your artist license, like do what you think will be good. But then she also had this idea where she wanted those two portrait drawings of him. So I want you to look at the big portrait of him and then move your way down to the smaller portrait. So I wanted the big one to be captivating, and then the smaller one to just to broaden the idea a bit more, show you a little bit more of this guy's personality and some things that he likes. So whatever works for you. I am a believer in like pushing through difficult things, and if a piece of art is difficult, you should keep working on it and see if you can change it around. But if it's like completely not working, or you can do something to make it a bit easier or take a shortcut, then do that. That's fine. Like, I've heard that it's said that there's no cheating in art, and I think that's pretty much true. Like, if you're saying that your finished art is something that it's not, you shouldn't be doing that. That's just dishonesty. But if you are turning things around, making them a bit easier for you, as long as it's original and you're learning how to draw and learning how to do it, then I don't see a problem with that. Wasn't that entertaining? I went through and watched it while I was editing it, and I'm just like, it's so fun to watch something just develop at like 10 times the speed, and it just happens so fast. So I used pencil. I used some just like different grades of pencil. So like mostly an HB pencil, just like your regular run-of-the-mill school pencil. And then I also used a 6B and an 8B. And I think I used like a 3B in there as well. So a few different variations, but not a whole lot. You don't need like 20 pencils in order to do good finished artwork. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it. I hope that you enjoyed watching, And I hope to see you again next month. And thank you for all of you guys who are new subscribers who have just joined me this month. It's been just a really interesting and fun road to start YouTube and just making my YouTube channel, trying to get it, growing a little bit. And then now I've actually reached 100 subscribers. Yay! And even I think a few more than that. So thank you to all of you guys. I hope to see you again soon. And keep doing art, keep drawing, try to do something new, and enjoy your commission drawings and paintings too. I'll see you in Northern Africa. Bye!